We're liable to be tribal. There's a new survey out on American views on patriotism. The good news is the majority of us consider ourselves to be patriotic. The not so good news is we think we're becoming less patriotic as a nation. And the bad news is what we consider to be patriotic falls right down party lines. The survey threw out some brand names and asked people to rate how patriotic those brands were. According to the survey, conservatives' top 5 patriotic brands are the NRA, never heard of them.
Never heard of them.
Chick-fil-A, sounds good. The
Delicious.
Republican Party, Fox News, oh yes. And the Greg Gutfeld Massage/Book Club. Hobby Lobby. All right, liberals' top 5 were the Democratic Party, the Supreme Court, Planned Parenthood, the NFL, and, of course, the failing New York Times. No crossover whatsoever, and that's a shame. Surely there's something we can all agree is patriotic. That's a proud little chicken. All right. Tasted delicious. Hey, Tyrus, will we ever break from this kind of tribal lanes that we all take? It seems like it's an evolutionary tactic. We all had to create our own tribes, and we didn't like anybody who was different. And this kind of bleeds now into everything.
Who did they poll?
I don't know.
I mean, for real? NRA is great, but I don't wake up in the morning. Let's see what the NRA is doing this morning.
They probably gave them a list of names.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it just seems, it's not, those things aren't real, like what you consider patriotic, like the Army, the flag,
yes,
the president, our country, good deeds, the Boy Scouts. So I don't fit on those lists. I liked football. That was cool. Yeah. But I mean, those, when I think about real people, those aren't real things to us. Like they're things that we'll talk about in conversation, but like if they actually asked a real question, I think these surveys are designed to divide. Because if they ask the average person what they did every day, we're all pretty much the same. We all do pretty much the same thing. We take care of our families, we work our jobs, we try to enjoy our friends and try to have some fun when we can. And none of those things are literally up there.
I don't know, though.
Hobby Lobby. Have you ever been to a damn Hobby Lobby?
I love them. I've spent hours in Hobby Lobby until they asked me to leave. Because I never buy anything. I just try things on.
What's wrong with Michael's?
I like Michael's, but there are not a lot of Michael's on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what I'm talking about anymore.
It's arts and crafts.
You know what I think, though? It does point out something interesting. Rob, there's a parallel. Like, the NRA is the Planned Parenthood.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And Hobby Lobby is the NFL.
Right.
And Fox News is, I don't know what, the New York Times.
The failing New York Times, I believe you said.
So it's like, it's almost like everything has its antithesis, the yin and yang, if you will.
In a way, but it does feel like people are just like picking things that I like on my side.
Yes.
I mean, there's a Chick-fil-A in Midtown. A few blocks from here, it's filled with people.
There's a line going around outside.
Evil Manhattan. It's filled with the evil Manhattanites sitting there reading their New York Times and eating Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like
blasphemy.
bad.
It is. Yeah. It is. Kat, thoughts?
I like things on both the lists. I love Chick-fil-A. In the morning, they'll let you put pickles on your breakfast sandwich.
That's true.
It's a little slice of heaven. And also, one of my favorite hobbies is to drink beer and stand in front of the TV while an NFL game is on and beg people to pay attention to me.
Oh, that's nice. How's that going?
Still trying it.
Terry, I know you have very negative thoughts about patriotism.
You guys are pretty much clued into that I hate America.
Yeah, you're an American-hating Greek.
He's only dressed like he's ready to go back, but no,
there is. I'm always ready. I'm always ready to go back. Yeah. That's the thing. I think tribalism, absolutely. That's anthropology. It's always going to be that way. But it's interesting when you look at the list, and that's a good point about it dividing, and it's kind of what we dig. But if you look at those things, the NRA, whether you like it or not, the NRA is much akin to what we were founded on. So is and Planned Parenthood is not. So I think the stuff that the left finds important or patriotic are not tied in to our early founding and our Constitution.
So it's not necessarily a patriotic.
I don't want to call it patriotic. I don't care, man. I mean, I'm not going to tell you that. That's up to you. For me, by the way, people say dissent is the highest form of patriotism. That's Sacrifice is the highest form of patriotism.
Oh.
So, you know, the guys, and because you're actually giving up something to maintain it. And there's a lot of people who have never been in the military, who've never actually lost a friend, who consider themselves patriotic, and I believe they are. They love the country, and I don't think the left doesn't love the country, but it's interesting that the institutions they find important were not the ones that were in the beginning. And so, you know,
wait, to be fair,
I've never been to war, but I use the American flag emoji a lot. Is that the same?
Yeah, it is the same.
Okay, that's what I thought.
but to be fair, the only thing in that list
Was the NRA.
Well, but that actually was probably part of the founders is the New York Times, the free press.
That's true.
Good point.
No, by the way, that's interesting because the New York Times, I totally agree with you. And by the way, the founding fathers hated the press because they were just ruthless to, if you read about the stuff those guys wrote in the 1700s, they were nasty to the politicians. But do we have a free press anymore? This is one of the things we talk about. Like, I don't know what's going on with the tax bill because I can't trust what I read. And I think, so the press, what should be, and no one's objective, we're humans. But like the reason the New York Times, we joke around and being failed is because I don't believe a lot that I read from them. So where is the free press now? Why is like someone like Judicial Watch demanding to get documents about all this crap with the FBI? Isn't the media supposed to be doing that?
Yes, perhaps indeed. I wish I had an answer for you, Terry.
I have no. I feel like I've been very tangential.
I'm running out of time. You know that Fox News was in the original founding.
Yes,
TV, but
that's true.
It's true. But TV hadn't been.
And so was NFL.
Yet.
And so was the NFL.
TV had not been invented yet. And they had, okay, we have this idea. It's Fox News, fair and balanced. You got some fun shows, something called The Five. And what do we do? Where do we put it? I don't know. We haven't figured that out yet.
Then Fox News, that weird.
Yeah, it was. It was called.
Yes, I can never figure it out.
It was called Ye Old Fox News Shop. And it was SHOPPE.
Yes.
The Ye Old Fox News Shop. Does the Pentagon's UFO program prove that aliens exist? Of course. How else do you explain Adam Chapman?